Howdy folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to some more Let's Play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. I know it's a niche content for the channel, but I like playing this game so much. And as with most games I play, I feel like if I'm not recording it, it's not the same, you know? I don't know, maybe I enjoy having all my embarrassing mistakes shown off all the time. Maybe I'm a masochist. I don't know, but that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna play some more Dungeon Crawl. We're gonna play over on Trunk over here. Trunk is the current sort of unstable, in development build. It's leading towards stuff that, in this case, will be in the 0.25 version of the game whenever it gets around to be released. Just so you know, I'm recording this on January 1st, 2020, so, you know, what today's build is going to be on the Trunk is going to be different than tomorrow and the day after and after, but we'll see what we can do. One of the big things in the current Trunk that is live is positional magic, as well as, I think just yesterday, or maybe the day before, the regeneration spell was removed from the game, which is kind of interesting. I actually never really played any characters that spammed it. I know that it's super strong, but, I mean, it doesn't help that I tend to play a lot of just the tab combat type characters as opposed to, you know, spellcasters and hybrids and whatever. But it is interesting because the logic with Dungeon Crawl is, in theory, anything that you do like all the time nonstop is sort of a no-brainer. They kind of, as a general rule, want to remove it from Dungeon Crawl. So regeneration was so strong and so just basic that you kind of just spam it all the time. So it sort of made it a candidate for removal. There's always the problem that Dungeon Crawl could sort of converge to sort of a featureless generic mass, where maybe some of these unique and potent things get removed until you get kind of nothing that really stands out. It's always a risk when you're trying to balance things like that, but I don't know. In any case, enough about regeneration. Positional magic, very exciting. And what we're going to do is we're going to do something I have not done before. We're going to play as a human. Not convinced that this is necessarily the best pick for it, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to pick as a human, and I kind of want to play myself as like a master of all magics kind of thing. And starting with a wizard background sort of makes a little bit of sense. The Book of Minor Magic is quite nice. It starts you off with a blink. Magic missiles, very strong, a few different things like that. But instead what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to jump into, I think, Fire Elementalist. Sip of coffee, excellent. And the reason I'm picking with Fire Elementalist is we're going to start with one of the new positional magic spells right away, and we'll get to toy with it immediately. My plan, though, is probably to worship Sifmuna, just to get gifted tons of spell books, so we sort of have access to all the magics. We're certainly not going to specialize in fire or anything in the long run, but I think it's going to be a very exciting book for us to start with. So we're going to do that. Before we look at our skills, before we look at our skills, we're going to take a look at our starting spell book. So first of all, we start with the Foxfire spell. So this is replacing the original, was it Flame Tongue, Flame Dart, Flame something. The idea with the positional magic changes that are currently in the Trunk and heading towards 0.25 is to eliminate most of the spells that are basically the same as just generic range attack. Right? If the spell is sort of indistinguishable then from, say, firing an arrow from a bow, except, oh wait, this one's fire damage, this one's cold damage, this one's electrical damage, whatever. If it's sort of just a generic projectile, let's remove it and try to replace it with something that feels quite different and unique. So here, instead of starting with a direct damage projectile spell that just hits someone with fire damage, instead we start with Foxfire. So the Foxfire spell, so if I hit Shift-I-A over here, conjures 2 balls of burning swamp gas adjacent to the caster. The balls will rapidly seek out, and it is rapid, like often you won't even see it move. You'll just go from one turn to the next tick of the game, and they've already, like, exploded against the monster. They will dissipate harmlessly if unable to reach the target, or if the caster swaps places with them. So if, I think that's slightly different from when I initially poked around with Foxfire. I think originally if the caster tried to swap spaces with the Foxfire, like bump into it, I think it used to explode and hurt the caster. I'm not sure, but I think that was one of the earlier iterations of Foxfire. So things are still going to change dramatically. Again, January 5th, 2020 is when I'm playing this, so things can change. Anyway, this is a lot less controllable than some of your old fire spell. On the other hand, Foxfire does stupid damage. It rips people apart. The problem is it's really awkward to play in a hallway. So again, you're going to have to position yourself and play differently with your spells, and each of the different schools of magic is going to have a fairly different feel to it in terms of sort of distance versus AoE versus controllability and things like that. Like, I think one example of a spell that they want to keep in with something like Lightning Bolt, right? Because it makes sense. It bounces, it deflects, it can double tap someone, it can bounce back against you. Now positioning with the spell matters. You're not just like standing and spamming it and you don't really care what's going on. Anyway, all right, we start with Foxfire. We've also got other spells in our book. We've got Conjure Flame still available, Inner Flame still available, Sticky Flame still available, and Fireball as well. These are unchanged. These are high-level spells. We don't have, I think we used to have a level 2 spell, right? Because we have like a level 1 direct fire damage that we start with and a level 2 version of it. So that's been removed. So we're not getting another spell until we're getting to level 3, but Foxfire should be pretty good. We are with a 10% failure chance right now, which is probably a little more than we would like. To cast it, it would be ZA, and then it's done. If I hit ZA right now, there you go, there's the fire. And if I just wait, it'll move around a little bit and then eventually just dissipate. So I'm going to set up a macro. Macro on 1 is going to be ZA, and that's it. So I can just hit 1 to summon my fire now. Let's take a look at our inventory. As a fire elementalist, we simply start with a simple robe and a ration, and that is it. And of course, our spellbook, which is the big thing. All right, let's take a look at skills. So as a human, we have very generic skill attributes. We have an aptitude of 0 in absolutely everything except we have a -1 to spellcasting, which is actually fairly common and not indicative of a poor spellcaster at all. We have +1 to invocations and +1 to stealth. The stealth bonus is actually going to be quite nice. Invocations, I don't know that we're going to care about it because I don't think Sif Muna uses invocations at all. So most likely we're not going to get to take advantage of that. Right away at the start of the game, what I'm going to do is I want to bring down the failure rate on Foxfire, which is a Conjuration fire spell, a little bit. So I'm going to turn on Conjurations first of all. It's the lowest level skill, which means it's going to skill up quite quickly. I think I will turn on Fire Magic. Oops, that's not Fire Magic. And Fire Magic as well here. I'm going to set a target for Fire Magic of just like a 4, so it's going to go a little higher. And a target for Conjurations, probably, oops, wrong button. Probably also a 4. Conjurations will be handy for a lot of fire magic, but a lot of other schools as well. And the first 2 levels of everything go super fast. So between the 2 of these things, we should easily get ourselves down to no real failure rate with Foxfire. And of course, we can get some extra magic power as well. Once we boost this up a little bit, and we get our Fox failure casting failure rate down, say below 5%, I'll probably turn on spellcasting. I might leave it on for the rest of the game. So spellcasting gives you a little spell power in every school of magic, as well as more spell slots and more mana. And I really want to play myself as quite a generalist, so I'm going to be pretty eager, I think, to leave spellcasting on for the rest of the game. Other than that, stealth fighting dodging will probably all be on to a certain extent as well to get just various defensive bonuses. Stealth is really, really handy. And at some point, we'll also train up a weapon or 2, just a little bit so that we have something to, poke people with other than casting spells. Let me rest in place over here, just re-get that. And it is going to be very important, I think, as a spellcaster that I don't auto-explore. So what I'm going to use is shift in a direction. By doing that, you'll move in that direction until you hit an intersection, or if you see an enemy. And we're going to very manually look around. We want to, as much as possible, search in a circle, because if you search in a straight line and you get in a fight and there's noise, things from just to the side could come in. Now, it is going to be a little awkward with our Foxfire sometimes, and this might be a bit of a situation where it could be tricky. I'm going to summon my Foxfire here. I'm wondering if it'll reach the Kobold, and it does. And they do huge damage. Like, the positional side is a little tricky. Like, if I do this, one of them is behind me and won't be able to move forward. Right? It's just going to try to path around a different way. Turns out 1 hit is enough to kill that anyway. So it's weird because with this spellcaster, we're actually probably more comfortable fighting in very open terrain like this than we normally would be. Now, do they seek out people I can't see? It moved in that direction. Ooh, miscast. Miscast again. No mana, lots of enemies. Watch me just die immediately. So I want to move to make sure that the Foxfire, because Foxfire can't. Oh, did I miscast again? There we go. And again. All right. So he's dead at least. I'm not wielding anything, but there's like a weird graphic glitch. Is it because of my zoom level? Oh, it is. Okay, if I go back to normal zoom, 100%, it's fine. If I zoom in to that, I like to embiggen things for the video, but maybe I'll step back just 1 level here, just because the graphic glitch was kind of annoying me. It's just probably like a sprite alignment problem at certain zoom levels. I am playing online in my browser, which is my preferred way of doing it. There we go. Done and done. So as a spellcaster, the gameplay is a lot slower, especially at certain times of the game. I'm just looking at the noise meter. It looks like this was fairly quiet. I don't think it made much noise casting it, and I'm surprised there didn't seem to be on the noise meter much of a noise of the explosion, unless I missaw it, which is entirely possible. I'm going to give it a little shout here, and just pull them out into open terrain. No, I don't know. Cast? No, it's fairly quiet. Oh, hello. There we are. Shout. I guess I didn't have to. The Foxfire would have just gone for it directly. And yeah, I can summon... There's no a limit, really, to how many I can have concurrently, as far as I know. Does no damage. So, I guess armor can still absorb. And we've got a failed cast there. Let me just kite around the circle here. There we are. Oh, hello. How's our spellcasting? 8%. Feels like we may have been getting slightly more than our expected amount of fails. Cursed armor. We'll definitely stick with robes early on. Oh, that's cursed short sword. Later on, I can definitely see us... Well, if we find good leather armor, whatever we do, we can switch that. Leather armor's not too bad. Maybe some of the lighter dragon scales we might consider to wear. It's really going to depend on what we see. And the thing is... whoops. See, I blocked myself in there. And yeah, I don't think they go for anything that I can't see. I think I need to have line of sight for them to attack. There we go. I can do this. Pull back. I can keep sorta... There we go. Doing that, I will only be able to summon one at a time, but at least it can still hit. So, the funny thing about this positional magic is... see, now I've screwed myself. I may literally... Oh, there we go. Not be able to get out of here. We're going to go for int. Ah! He moved into that spot. Read F. It'd be nice if it was a teleport. It is not. Read this. Potion of Curing. I mean, I may as well drink it for a little extra stuff. I'm going to drink the second potion. Oh, heal wounds. Okay. But yeah, I don't think we can melee our way through this, and I can't cast a spell to get out of here. Yeah, I'm completely checkmated. I just realized I might have been able to pick up a whip there and had a little bit more. We're going to see if we can punch our way out of this. No, he's healing faster than I can punch him. Double check inventory. No, I got nothing, and I'm dead. You know what? Save the macros, because we're going to go exactly the same and try again. We have to make sure not to get ourselves stuck in a corner. Or, you know, do we want to try a different spell? To see maybe different positional magic? Let's try Conjurer. I actually don't know what the Conjurer is going to start with. We start with Magic Dart. Oh, okay. So same as a Wizard. So this is still going to be the old school, direct line of sight, hit someone at fairly long range, but that's okay. We only start with a 4% failure chance, so that's a little bit better than the last one for no apparent reason. 4%'s pretty good. I don't know if we have to rush up in Conjuration. What I think I'm going to do is... Actually, I'll just turn on spellcasting. As you can see the XP cost. So getting the next level of spellcasting would cost less than the next level of Conjuration, although this would do more for the Magic Dart power. Actually, we probably want both on. I will set some targets, though, again. Just so I'm going to constantly reevaluate some of these things. Since we can cast it with fairly decent success right away, I'm tempted to start leveling up one of our defensive things immediately. It might be fighting. I mean, I know I'm going to want dodging. I know I'm going to want stealth. That's for sure. Oh, I do have to reset my macro. Because to cast this, I tell Z, A, and then lock onto something by hitting some sort of button. The safest way, so macro 1, we're going to redefine it, Z, A, F. Because you can complete the targeting cast by putting a period, but if for some reason the spell can't cast, the period will wait one turn without doing anything, whereas here the F will look to do a throw and won't sort of advance things against our will. And we're already out of juice, but I can close the door because he can't open the door because he's got no hands. Excellent. Poison darts? Yeah, okay. Let's turn on picking up of darts, and maybe sling stones as well. We could choose to turn that off later. Is there like a min delay reachable for darts? Yeah, level 6. You know, I think We're going to turn that on. Poison darts are going to murder things pretty well early on. Let me just turn... Actually, we'll put a little focus on it for a bit. I'll leave the rest on as well. But if we can get a level or two of dart throwing. Miss, miss, miss. Did you get poisoned? I mean, I can also just cast magic dart at you. I'm trying to preserve mana. There we go. If you can get a tick of poison, and we kind of know he's going to tick down. What am I doing auto-exploring here? Well, not auto-exploring last time didn't save me. I guess I should prefer my spell, because at least the spell can't mulch itself. But then, yeah, if I start to run into some mana problems... Okay, see, jackals are always really scary, because they move fast and are in packs. And in a sense, I probably should have just not engaged the jackals at all last time. Is there, like, voices coming from the Magicka soundtrack? Yeah, alright. I thought the Magicka soundtrack would be a good pick, but it's, like, got spoken word stuff? Looks like we're going to EU4. Just want some kind of background music, because otherwise I feel like the video is just a little too weirdly silent. We gotta pick up a melee weapon. Fling, fling, cast, fling. It's poison, just punch him down a little. Throwing skill goes up. Okay. +0 club. Short sword's not a bad weapon. I mean, we may as well wield it, right? So we got something in hand. Although there's nothing that says we can't, you know, do range attacks in melee. AI, like, enemies won't do that. They'll switch to meleeing you when they're adjacent to you instead of range attacking you. Like, example, centaurs. But there's no actual penalty. Ash. Still have to do an Ash run. I mean, okay. This... Why don't we do this the Ash run? If I'm thinking about sort of playing a generalist, that's where Ashenzari does well, because she can give you abilities to rapidly move your XP around. I'm doing it. So yes, I'm going to join this religion. So, Ashenzari is divine can be shackled. Bound to the sky for eternity, the unbudging god is all-knowing, all-seeing. Devoted worshippers are allowed to grasp shreds of this knowledge and foresight, but be warned. To Ashenzari, power and blessing and curse are all the same thing. So, now, scrolls of remove curse can actually be used to curse stuff. The more stuff that we have... She likes it, or... I would say she for Ash. I think it's because of Ash from League of Legends. Although I think Ashenzari here has no specified gender, but I'll probably say she just because that's the way it's going to go. She likes it when we explore the world, but specifically we get more XP or more piety if we are cursed, if we're bound up in cursed stuff. Ashenzari's powers are based on piety instead of the invocation skill. Yeah, so we can see through walls. We'll know some more information, but yeah. We'll get a bunch of free skill gains as we go. I think I will go and, once again, just block that area off. Oh, one of them woke up. I'm mostly just going to leave the floor at this point. Now, Searing Ray, you are new, as is Dazzling Flash. We'll probably give all of them a go. Got this and Dazzling Flash. Sure. What do they do? Don't even know yet. So, the Dazzling Flash. Caster erupts in a scintillating display of light. Any living creature nearby may be dazzled and left stumbling blindly. Creatures closer to the caster are more likely to be dazzled. Okay, so it's fairly short range. And right now it's got a pretty good failure chance. Let's go with Conjuration and Hexes. I don't think we've got any Hexes. Searing Ray fires a continuous piercing ray of arcane energy from the caster's hands. So long as the caster maintains focus upon the spell and supplies it with magical power by waiting in place and not taking any other action, the ray will follow the caster's target if it should move. So cast once, and it just keeps going. It keeps eating mana as it goes, but okay. We only have 6 magic right now, so most likely those 2 spells are too expensive to pull off anyway. So we'll keep going with that. I'm going to definitely want to get a couple of levels of hexes, like maybe literally a couple to start off with, because it's going to go really fast, because again, early levels of skills are really fast. But each point of it's going to be as good as a point in conjurations for bringing the other one down. And we might actually want to actually do some hexes later. I'm still okay with the fact that we're developing throwing. I know we've got like a ton of skills going on simultaneously here, but Yeah, maybe it's a good thing we're worshipping Ash, because that's going to be... She's definitely going to help us develop more stuff. Oh my god, we found an amulet early on. Uncursed Amulet of the Acrobat. See, instantly identified. Well, we can go ahead and put that on. So what this does is when we're moving, right? While we're moving, I believe it increases our evasion. Yeah, there you go. See, we went from 12 to 27. If I stop, I'm just waiting here. Oh. No, I guess it does stick around maybe until you get hit. Actually, don't know. This is a little scary, but should be okay. Zap, zap, zap. So if I move, I'm at 27. So I guess, yeah, keep moving. All right, never really worked out the Acrobat, but I guess it is going to be really handy for running away from things, which is very likely to happen a lot with this character. Because normally it's not something I look at for long term. You know, usually there's more potent stuff that you're interested in. You got some more darts down there. Cursed stuff. I mean, why don't I just wear the Cursed Dagger? It's +0. It doesn't actually have a penalty to hit. It's not going to stop us from throwing things, although it will stop me from changing to the Hunting Sling, but that's okay. I'm going to wield that. So now I'm slightly bound. So depending on what parts of your body are bound, you will get different bonuses to different skills. Ashenzari. Or bonuses to XP with certain skills, basically. So, this is going to boost weapon skill gain. Does this actually show up over here? I don't think so. Ooh, cloak. Well, we'll put it on. It's +1 AC. We can always curse it after. Kiku. Just whacking people with magic dart. Fling some darts at you, and then stab a little bit. There we go. So yeah, just because you're a spellcaster doesn't mean you're not going to be doing all kinds of other things as well. So I'm just throwing cross trains with slings. We actually could do some pretty decent slingy stuff later if we wanted. Spellcasting. Okay. And just out of curiosity with our magic dart here. Yeah, we're at 3 or 4 power. It actually doesn't take much to max out magic dart. I mean, it's got, you know, a skill ceiling. Or, well, yeah, usefulness ceiling. At some point, we'll probably want to forget about it. It is nice because it is full screen range. I actually might want to poison you. You are... Alright, that didn't really work out as well as I'd hoped. Because adders, snakes and spiders are susceptible to poison. They take more poison damage. They're easier to poison as well, but you do have to hit them. So that could still be an issue. Do we generate any... any hunger for magic dart? Oh, yeah, we still do. And that's the big thing spellcasting does, is it helps bring down the hunger value for things. Adder, okay. Can't... He's not moving right now. Let's go and use our Searing Ray. Someone who's asleep can't be missed, which is nice. And then, yeah, we'll keep channeling it, or we won't, because we'll fail. I'll step back, step forward, try again. Only 4% chance to fail, and we did it. So, yeah, press dot to maintain the ray. That is very cool and very different. I like it. Now, one of the issues... So, Searing Ray is new, right? I think... Maybe I'm wrong? Searing Ray... Oh, no. No, I guess it's not new. Maybe I just never played the Conjurer book. So... Fires a beam of energy, starts out weak, but grows in power over time. Caster gains Ray status once they fire it. Each subsequent turn that they perform no other action, the Searing Ray refires along the original beam path. It will do this 3 times, each more powerful than last. And at the most powerful stage, the ray becomes a penetrating beam. Each additional ray costs 1 MP, thus costing 5 for the full cast. Note that in order to activate Searing Ray's additional effects, you must pass your turn with S or the dot key. After casting it only once, recasting the spell will simply start a new ray. And then things can cancel it. That's add in 0.13. Yeah, you can tell I don't play a lot of spellcasters. I don't know, maybe... I should probably bind Searing Ray. What do I have it set to right now? S? Macro to ZSF. There we go. So I can hit 2 to raise someone. Hello, Terrence the Incautious. So we came right up on you. You can hit pretty hard. You only have 20 hit points, which is nice. I feel like standing and just raying him is probably a mistake. Dazzling Flash is too low. Let's start raying him, though, because if we have to start walking backwards, we have our Ring of the Acrobat, or Amulet of the Acrobat. Okay, so you get rayed. Ray keeps going. Yeah, I can see the Ray plus. Oh, does it go to plus plus? Oh, it does. Pass another turn. I guess now it's done. You finish. Okay, so it is just 3 turns. I'm just going to try to hit him with magic darts, finish him off that way, get a bunch of XP. And yeah, the thing is, I didn't know if I would win the fight, but I was pretty confident that I wouldn't lose the fight. The Hand Axe of Flaming is actually a great weapon early on. Now, we currently have a cursed item in our hand, so I'm not going to switch to it. Oh, it keeps raying in the same direction, even though that thing is gone. Oh. So it won't follow anyone anymore. Sigmund! I don't think I'm interested in fighting Sigmund. Wouldn't mind if that kobold kept following me. There we go for some XP. Let's pop down a different staircase. That's a lot of stuff, including Ijab. Okay, only a wand of flame, which isn't so bad. That was a lot of stuff before I got to move. We'll pop up and try the... Oh, there's a staircase we haven't found. Because there should be 3 down staircases. There's probably a slight disconnect to a secret thing. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to check the upstairs and get the other ones. So I guess we do have to go down this staircase again. Hello, Sigmund. So, yeah, 50% confused, and you've got the invisibility as well. We can't fight that, but I can't really fight the other staircase either. If you get confused, it's really bad. But yeah, I really can't... Well, maybe the other staircase will have spread out. Okay. There you go, Ray, you level up. You're out of range, yeah. Thank you for getting poisoned. Okay. Now we need 4 spell levels for the next one, plus it's a pretty challenging spell to cast. We just generally need more conjuration and hexes, which is still being worked on. Yeah. We're spreading out a lot of things, but all 3 of the spell things work together in the same. We're basically just making sure that we keep our XP costs low. Love that we can see both at once. That's great. Now, if I could just pull Ijab up, that would be great. I'm a little worried about being confused, though. Because I don't know if confusion could cause you to move the wrong way when you're trying to go up the stairs. But if it can, that would be pretty bad. Is that a... Can't be a large shield. Must just be a shield. Okay, I don't want to get smitten by the priest. Because he doesn't need line of sight. Now that it's just the 2 of us, it might be okay. Hey, Ijab. Yeah, zap me a wand. That's fine. Okay, get raid. Oh, yeah, we're out of mana. If I could get you poisoned a bunch, that would be okay. All right, so I'm going to read this scroll. It is identify. That brilliance is not what we want. We have to blind quaff some things. Ambrosia. That's not so bad. Being under Ambrosia gives you regeneration. It does confuse you. If you get rid of the confuse, it gets rid of the Ambrosia as well. But I think this is actually fine. We're going to sit here and we're going to try to melee while we regenerate in a confused state. This guy's still poisoned. It's perfect. Now, that was very dangerous. We could have hit a potion of degen or something like that. We were going to go and identify another potion now. But that's one less threat over here. We get the wand as well, which could have some value for us. Orc Priest. Thank you for dying, and what I'm going to do here is just kite backwards with this guy, appreciating the extremely high EV from the Amulet of the Acrobat, while we just dance around here. There we go. So, we can now scry through walls. It is a regular size shield. We would love to use a shield. What we're going to do first of all is we're going to turn on the skill training, so it needs 15. A buckler is nice, it needs much, much less. I think if I were to wear the shield, where's our spell casting rates go to? That's pretty bad. So we do want to wear the shield as quickly as possible. So I am going to turn on the skilling for it. At least we don't have far to go with throwing. But yeah, having the shield stat is going to be very valuable. It would be much better if we could just find a buckler, though. And what it does is it gives us something else to curse. Look at all these windows. Sort of messing with our pathing. Resist corrosion. I mean, we may as well put it on. Nothing's going to corrode us at this point, but... It's too early for that, most likely. But we may as well wear it, just on the off chance. So if I just wait here, it's going to keep raying in the direction of that guy and kill him. Oh, I love it. And yeah, we're going to go pure int. There's something to be said about grabbing some strength. A little strength can help with the encumbrance on armor, which means that all of a sudden you can do a lot more spell casting while wearing slightly heavier armor. Since we're unlikely to be able to dedicate any points to the armor skill itself, especially since we're not going to be wearing like the game's heaviest armor, which is where the armor skill has the biggest benefit, because you get free AC if you're wearing high AC stuff. Not counting the pluses, just the actual AC from the equipment itself. Dart Slug can do a fair amount of damage at a range, but there we go, I was pretty sure we'd be able to win that. This is really awkward terrain, because it's so easy for other people to see us, but we still can't spell through it. Dickie Longcocking's Ghost. Oh, what a great name. Oh, there's the upstairs here. Leading to a slightly disconnected place, to a glowing altar of the Shining One. Well, we've already got a god, but that's kind of interesting. So, I think the only place we can't reach is inside the little ghost hut. We're not going to do the ghost right now. So, let's pop down. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the thing again where we check the different staircases. We'll get a little bit of an idea of the layout of the level, get a bit of information. Yeah, I can't ray you from there, but I can ray you from there. Oh, I like this ray. Searing Ray is a lot of fun. Is this seriously a duplicate of the spellbook we started with? Come on, game! What a troll! Another book of conjuration. So the very first spellbook we find in the game is not helpful to us. If I was worshipping Sifmuna, which was originally my intention, I'd have been sort of fine, you know, whatever, we'll get all the spellbooks. But no, we had to worship Ash. No offense, Ash, you're really cool. And I'm happy I'm finally doing an Ash run. Oh, so well, the more cursed you are, the more it spurts your skill. So I guess we're not getting bonus skill points right now. We're just getting maybe bonus piety from being slightly bound. We really should bind ourselves some more. I guess we don't need to worry about finding temple. Well, and we're on the right level for it anyway. Let's read the other scrolls. Fog, random uselessness, enchant armor. I will enchant the clothes. I guess it doesn't matter. Either one of these is just as likely to be replaced when we find something with a brand. I'm gonna say cloaks are a little less common, so we're more likely to wear this one longer. Magic mapping and teleportation. So I'm gonna go up a floor and wait for it to trigger. There we go. That way I know it's sending me to something that's been cleared off. Okay, so that's that. We do have an identify. I will read this to identify more potions. Hello, curing. Throwing skill goes up. Iguanas can hit for a lot of damage. Yeah, 15 bite. It's pretty substantial. I think I'm going to dodge that. Oops. And go down another stair. Oh yeah, Sigmund. Confusion is still a big threat, and I still have no real way to, like, prevent it. I'm just gonna have to stand still and fight him. I have to drink agility. We'll drink brilliance. There we go. We're raying him. Boom, boom, boom. The thing is, a confuse could have just ruined our day. If he didn't have confuse, I would have just done this earlier. But on the other hand, you know, maybe we got an extra level between first encountering him. I'm not sure. Shield spellcasting, hexes goes up. Level 7 goes up. Excellent. That gives us extra spell slots. So, hold on. Fulminating Prism. Conjures a prism, which unleashes a violent explosion of arcane forces after a short duration. The prism is extremely fragile, and any damage caused to it may result in premature detonation. So what do we do? Drop it and pull back? Maybe we can conjure it up front. And then there's the Mystic Blast. It detonates a crackling sphere of destructive energy. The explosion will hit all nearby monsters' physical force, knocking them back if damage is done. Well, let's pick up the Mystic Blast for now. It's fairly straightforward. And we'll pick up some more afterwards. Corpse Robe, Scythe, nope. Partially explored, oh yeah, that's just the ghost. Still happy that we quaffed all the potions too, though. Just ray in your direction. Finish the ray cast. Keep raying. Ho ho! Yeah, alright. Dagger, short sword, or corpse. Scorpion can be very scary, because it's like an adder. It's not as fast, I don't think. More Ring of Resist Corrosion. Like, seriously? I didn't find an entire one, I think, with my troll run. I might be wrong about that. So there's the iguana. But I think I'm going to take it on. I would have felt better if the spider hadn't shown up, or the ant. You can ray again in the direction, but he was out of range. Fire. There we go. We still have throwing. We only need 6 levels in throwing to finish it. I think it's going to be really useful for us. Hounds sometimes come in groups. Altar of Che. I don't know if we've done a Che run. Lots of stats, but very unforgiving because it slows you down. So if you make a mistake, it can be very fatal. And I make lots of mistakes. If I don't have the ability to just run away from my mistakes, I'm going to have a really hard time. A book boutique. All right, well, we don't have enough money for any spell books right now. Likely we're going to want to buy some of these later on. Well, that is incredibly unfriendly. That is incredibly unfriendly. It's going to be slow for me to open this door and then move the hell away from the... Oh, I thought that would connect up. I don't think I'm in a position... He's only got 27 hit points. Maybe we can just ray it. Yeah. Let's see, if I need to start running away... Like, if I get hit and I start running away, I do have the Amulet of the Acrobat. You know, I think I gotta give that amulet more credit in future games. It usually doesn't matter too much, like when I'm playing a meleeer, because mostly I don't get it while I'm standing still. But there's just a lot of times we might end up running away here. Thank you for dying before you went invisible. That is much appreciated. Oh, I forgot to mention one of the attributes with the human. I believe we level up faster. Not skills, right? As a human, we have very generic aptitude for all skills, but we actually have a slight aptitude. It's invisible, but there's sort of the equivalent to all of these. There's the experience level sort of skill, which is always on. And as you get enough experience points, then you level up. You know, that's how your character levels up. Well, humans have a +1 aptitude for that, so they level up slightly faster. That's a fair amount of hounds. I'm just going to back up here, but the ray function is going to be really good at this, because I can keep channeling the ray one extra turn here, and it's still going to fire out in the right direction. That's a little less than happy making. Okay, thank you for dying. Your death is very appreciated. This could be a bunch of jackals. Okay. Oh, it is, although they're coming piecemeal, so. Another iguana. There we go. And then ray you down. Lovely. A little bit hungry, but there's some corpses to chop up. Got a phantom. It's gonna get rayed down. Spellcasting target reached. Now, let's see what that's looking like for our hunger levels. So no hunger for magic dart. Still a fair amount for Searing Ray. Yeah, I strongly suspect we're just going to have spellcasting on for the rest of the game. We could consider turning it off while we're trying to get some of the shields and stuff started. Throwing's nearly done, though. Nearly done. And yeah, I will start wearing the shield soon. But we have to offset a little the spellcasting penalty. Okay, that's a lot of dudes in a row. And I actually don't know what's over here. This is okay, though. Because I can run to the stairs. These guys are fast, but I'll have the evasion. And it should still only be one at a time. I'm going to save mana. I'm going to start by just flinging some poison at these guys. There we go. Now I'm going to array, and it's just going to keep raying down in this direction. I don't know. There we go. One extra charge for that. You know what? You're maybe a little too dangerous. I'm going to go up the stairs. Take a different stair back down. Especially since we weren't full, I was a little unsure about that. Because they can do a lot of damage. I'm going to peek down these stairs. I'm fairly confident about waiting that out. Pop up. Not full mana. Very hungry. Okay, we'll eat a ration. Jelly. I don't know if you're immune to poison. Resistant to poison. So, let's say no to trying to dart you. Stormy Altar. Bullfrog. Zombie. Not too bad. Mostly a lot of hit points, but not an amount I'm really concerned with. I don't know if you keep getting hunger for the extra castings of the ray, or if it's just the initial casting. Like, I don't know if channeling the ray keeps generating hunger. And yeah, we can see through walls a little bit now, or from time to time. We can activate the scrying as well. Costs piety, so I'm not interested in that if I can avoid it. Keep raying in that direction. Okay, this is actually not a great spot. Let me move up. I was hoping that the distortion trap would play out a little bit more in my favor. I know that he can't be poisoned, but I'm going to try and hit him with the dart anyway, and now I'm going to start raying him. There we go. I wanted to save mana. I didn't want to use my magic dart if I could help it. Closet. Ooh. Ray. And dart. Actually, let's fling a dart. Save a little mana. Fling some darts and poison him. He's a blinker. I think that means he doesn't go invisible. But if he did, it'd be nice for him to go invisible while he's heavily poisoned. I'm just going to tab kill him. Actually, I'm going to keep flinging darts at these guys. ZS. We're going to ray the priest, just preferentially. Okay. Not bad. Now, let's check your weapon. The flaming axe is the only branded thing we've found. As far as I can see at a glance. Like if we had a dagger of venom or something like that, or whip of electrocution, I would 100% switch to that. And probably train it to mid delay, actually. But for now, I'm okay with just the one cursed dagger. Again, we're getting piety very slowly by just exploring. I could curse like a cloak. I could curse the amulet. I have 2 curses of remove curse. 2 scrolls remove curse, sorry. It takes a scroll like to curse something. So because I have such a limited amount, I don't know about using that to curse things right now. Scroll of noise. Okay, we'll just go to a different staircase because everything's going to be pulled to where the other one was. Well, we should put a cut in here. This has gone on long enough, so I'm going to do that now. We'll come back next time with Quillatine the Chucker, apparently, because your title is based on your highest skill. But yeah, our throwing target is just 6, so that's going to finish soon. And then probably... Well, I guess we are training a defensive skill with shields. I'm tempted to put fighting back on. And a few levels of stealth. I mean, we do start with level 2 of stealth, and because we're wearing light stuff, like our stealth is not bad. We don't instantly wake up things, which is nice. Things will occasionally lose track of us. So we might be okay with the stealth for now, but getting more, it's just really valuable to be able to pick your fights a lot more. All right, we'll wrap it up here. Folks, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.